and Matt Skraby.
I'm not a mark!
Don't blame us for any side effects.
You thrilled our fans throughout the postseason with a great performance.
Gwynn and Chris are ready to go.
Pitch here, laced into left center field. That's a base hit. Fermina scored. Tatis is jogging home. Manny on his way to second base with a 2-run double. And the Padres have made it crooked here in the fifth inning. It's 6-2.
And pretty much so there went the ball game today. You get the Padres 6 runs on the board by the fifth inning. With the bullpen, the Padres have. Victory is all but assured. And so was the case today as the Padres beat the Giants 8-4 to wrap up the 4-game series. Padres not only take 3 of 4 this week, but they go a pretty dominating 10-3 against the Giants this year. And I guess the only bad news there is we don't get the Giants again the rest of the season. That's it for the Giants. But I will tell you, it is nice to play a really bad team once in a while. Because when you play a really bad team, and let's be honest, the Giants are absolutely terrible. How in the world they got to where they were like at the All-Star break, which was, I think, only a half game behind the Padres at that point. How they got there, maybe Bob Melvin's best managing job in history. Because look at this team he has. I know injuries and things have happened.
They traded too.
And they made a couple of trades. They also got Rafael Devers, and ever since they got that, it's gone completely downhill. But you play baseball like they play it, you shouldn't win any games. And they don't win any games. And here's the nice thing about playing a bad team. You yourself can play poorly and still win. I don't know that the Padres played an all-time classic game today. They let a fly ball drop in for a triple. They let another ball bounce past them in the outfield for a double. They kicked a ground ball. Oh, by the way, that happened on 3 batters in a row in the same inning. They left runners at second and third with less than 2 outs. Their pitching staff walked 4 and was less than stellar, I would say, especially the starter. And yet in the end, you win easily. I hate to tell you this, though. If you keep up that kind of play, that's why you lost 3 to the Dodgers last weekend. You can't do that when you get to the level that they're going to be going to this weekend. So I honestly hope the Padres got that out of their system today. I don't think they played fantastic, but they did something that really made me happy today, Skrabe.
What's that?
The old saying, chicks dig the long ball.
Yeah.
Well, could it be then that Hicks,
like
not chicks, but Hicks,
like backwoods people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or in this case, I'm referring to like me.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. Chicks,
yeah, let's put you there.
Okay, there you go. I'm going to be the Hick. Chicks dig the long ball. Hicks appreciate the bunt. We won the game today because 3 consecutive batters in the 5th inning laid down a bunt. I don't know the last time. I mean, Elias Sports Bureau, these guys, whoever the stat
Elias Sports Bureau, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody somewhere, please look this up. Tell me the last time any team laid down 3 bunts on 3 consecutive batters. Baseball does not look like that anymore. But that won the game. Those bunts won the game. The first one loaded the bases, and then the guy, Casey Schmidt, hey, he's an Aztec, so I'm not going to be, I'm not going to glom on. But the Padres caught a break. They caught a break this week in the fact that Matt Chapman's on the injured list. Yeah. Matt Chapman wouldn't have made a throwing error in all 3 games, which, Casey Schmidt did. So that was the first bunt. The second bunt was maybe Fernando's smartest play of the year, and that's overstating it. But he bunted directly to the guy who just made an error. Think about how you would be if you were Casey Schmidt. I know you're supposed to forget it and move on to the next play, but those things linger a little bit. You throw the ball down the line for the 3rd time in 3 days, 2-run score on a bunt because of you. And while you're thinking of that, Fernando drops another one down. Great play by Fernando. And then the last one, Arise, a simple sacrifice bunt, but that set up the 2-run single you just heard by Machado, and that was the game. So, look, nice win. Good comeback in the series after you let them steal the first game. And you go into the Dodger thing 1 game back. And, you win 2 out of 3, then we'll be all even on Sunday night with 31 games to go. Don't get me started that there will still be 31 games to go after Sunday.
Oh,
That is, that's a major faux pas by Major League Baseball. That's all I can say. But I will ultimately, I will tell you that the Padres have to play, better baseball than I saw today if they're going to beat the Dodgers. Because those are the kinds of little things that, I thought were the difference in losing to the Dodgers last weekend. Right?
Yeah. And
miscommunication in the outfield,
Yes,
right?
yes.
The ball that
now let's break that down for a second.
yeah, let's talk
Do you
about this
think that
because
was-
that's twice now with different center fielders. And I don't know what happened today. All I can tell you, and I'm sure they'll ask, but after the play was over, Fernando patted himself as if to say, my bad. And it looked like he went over there and said, I got this. And remember, Laureano plays left field normally. We've gone back and forth on this and told you, and Tony has kind of confirmed this as a major league center fielder that he was. Center fielder gets any ball they can get to. They are in charge. If there's a fly ball, the center fielder gets it. The other guys get out of the way. That's just how it works in general, so that you avoid these problems. But in this case, Laureano is used to giving way because he's a left fielder. Today he was playing center. Fernando said he had it. Then I think Fernando said, oops, I got to give that to the center fielder. That's his. But by that time, Laureano had already said, okay, go ahead, Fernando. That's the miscommunication. And that has to be ironed out for sure. That cannot happen one more time this season.
Exactly what I was thinking.
So, let's make sure they clean that up. And I know they'll address it. Hopefully Merrill will be back in there. I'm not thinking he will. The only thing that's keeping me any hope alive is that Jackson has still not yet been put on the injured list. And the only reason I can think of for that is that they're hoping somehow he can play over the weekend against the Dodgers, and they don't want to, put him on the IL and then end all hope of him playing. But that's got to be cleaned up. And, they're going to have to pitch better. Dylan Cease did himself no favors today, as far as I'm concerned.
What do you mean? It should. Well, first off, he was pitching well, and that Tatis Laureano thing you just talked about, that should have been an
a couple
error.
of runs. You're right, and we can talk about why that's not an error, etc. But to me, 5 innings plus, because he did pitch into the 6th and gave up back-to-back home runs to start the 6th inning. And to be fair, in this case, when you're ahead 8-2, you should throw the ball down the middle and try to get outs. And you throw the ball down the middle like that to Devers, wow, did he hit that a long way. But here's the thing with Cease that has not changed and did not change today. 5+ innings, 95 pitches. That is an average of 19 pitches per inning. Coming into the game, Dylan Cease, 17.8 pitches per inning, the second most in all of baseball. The Dylan Cease that was top 5 in the Cy Young balloting used to get strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. Maybe waste a pitch, then strike 3. The Dylan Cease I saw today looks a lot like the one I've seen all season, which is strike 1, strike 2, foul ball, foul ball, foul ball, foul ball, foul ball, foul ball, and then maybe a result. That's what drives his pitch count up. He's not putting batters away. I don't know if that's the stuff isn't the same, the location's not right. Something to me is not Dylan Cease. And that's what I saw today. And that's why I say he did himself no favors. Because I need to see the Dylan Cease who wipes people out before I can give him a start in the postseason.
I'm just happy to see Dylan Cease get a win.
Well, he got it. He got the win. He did what he needed to get the win. And, his bullpen came in 4 innings, 1 hit. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous. We'll talk about all of that. We got notes on a scorecard coming for you. So my, personal spin on today's game, and we'll take a closer look at some of the ins and outs and things that I kind of noticed during the game today. That segment will be coming up. Also, we're We're going to be here till 7 o'clock. We get an extra hour on the Thursdays. So when we come back, I, Chris Ello, am going to land on my sword for you, our faithful listeners.
Ooh, I didn't know this was coming up.
Does it sound like an apology? We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm not guaranteeing anything.
Okay, just quit while you're ahead.
We will chat when we come back on Gwynn and Chris.
Ben and
Hey everybody, it's Skraby here for SD Fat Loss. I lost 40 pounds in 60 days with SD Fat Loss, and their program got me on track. I was lost in the dieting world, in the eating world, because I was just eating stuff that I thought was good for me, but it really was just empty calories, and I was not losing the weight that was going to stay off. And SD Fat Loss walked me through everything. They gave me a big old book full of recipes and full of instructions on what you can and cannot eat. And that's really one of the biggest parts to me is the education of everything, because I am not a nutritionist, if you didn't know, but it's really difficult to know what you need to be putting in your body to lose weight. So SD Fat Loss takes all of that guesswork out for you, and they will be there every step of the way. They have an app where you can go and comment to them and ask questions. If you're not losing enough weight, you just tell them. They might adjust some things, or if you feel like you're eating too much, they'll adjust some things. And they're going to be helping you not only when you lose weight, but when you are done with the weight loss part of the program as well. So they have a $200 special right now. And if you go to their website, sdfatloss.com, you can get some more information on the program. You can also take advantage of the $200 special. So if you're looking to lose some weight going into the holidays this year, SD Fat Loss will get it done for you in 60 days, as long as you follow the program. Go to the website, sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
A couple of things to take care of before I stick the sword all the way through my midsection for you. Football talk. We haven't mentioned this, and we're not talking too much football, but I want to get into this and remind everybody that when we talk football on the program, Paramount Plus, that is who brings us our football talk. And we remind you that you can count on a lot of things these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL, CBS, and Paramount Plus. So watch your local NFL games every Sunday on CBS, Paramount Plus, all season long, ParamountPlus.com/NFL. That will get you started and keep you in the mix. We will be tomorrow broadcasting live from Far Corner.
Yes.
Corner of 10th and J.
Yes.
Right across from Petco Park.
Yes.
We'll be there from 2 to 5:30, you and I.
Yes.
And our giveaway team.
Yes.
With stuff to give away, like, tell me stuff.
We have a Joe Musgrove signed baseball, a Xander Bogaerts bobblehead, and tickets to this Sunday's game. So those are huge.
We got tickets to this Sunday's game.
This Sunday's game. We also, should I say it?
Sure.
We also have tickets that we're going to give away before the end of the show.
For
the game on Saturday. Sorry.
For Saturday's game.
Yes. And then the tickets for tomorrow will be for Sunday's game.
All right, stick with us. Yes, before the end of this hour, we'll give you a chance to win tickets to this Saturday's game. Tomorrow, when we're at Far Corner, we'll give you a chance to win tickets to Sunday's game.
That's
so
correct.
Come on and join us tomorrow. They got all the deals on well drinks and beers. And I don't have the thing in front of me, Skraby. I was going to read it off to everybody.
All of
with all of the good stuff.
They have pizza. That's what they're mainly
Scratch
doing.
pizza, they
So
call it.
What is? Let me look.
I don't know. I can't wait to try it. I know that.
I love pizza too much. Way
Come on
too
out
much.
and spend some time with us tomorrow afternoon, especially if you're going to the game tomorrow. You might as well stop by Far Corner, see us on the way in. Quick note, Dodgers will be activating left-handed closer Tanner Scott for the game tomorrow. Right-hander Kirby Yates. These are both former Padres, you might remember. Both pretty good Padres. Now in the Dodger bullpen, Kirby Yates will be activated for Saturday's game. So the Dodgers will be bringing some reinforcements down for the series. Dodgers beat Colorado today without Shohei Ohtani.
Yep.
He was not in the lineup after being hit on a line drive while pitching last night. The Rockies knocked him around pretty good. It was his first ever start at Coors Field last night. Didn't go well. Dave Roberts saying, don't worry, Shohei will be in the lineup tomorrow night to face the Padres. We'll look ahead to the series a little bit later in this show. Remember, we're here for an extra hour. All right, here we go. All week, for whatever reason, it has been, I don't know, me saying stuff that I'm very passionate about and me trying to support my argument, but overstepping my bounds. All right? So I apologize to anybody's feelings out there I may have hurt. You guys have an opinion just like I do. I don't want to keep talking about it.
I'm done with it too. I'm done with it too. It's in the past. I've taken
Chris every tweet, every text, every email. I like you guys. I respect you guys. I think I had a point to make. I tried to make it. You disagree. Perfect. That's what makes a great show. Let's try to leave it at that. My apologies to anybody who I said something that they, took to heart.
Yes.
I didn't mean to. A lot of times I'll throw a throwaway word in, which I feel is a throwaway word, but it can be piercing sometimes.
It can. Yeah.
All right?
I think
so. Let's try to move on from this. If you guys want to go ahead and keep hating me every time Ryan O'Hearn gets a hit, go right ahead. Then I hope you hate me a lot, because I hope Ryan O'Hearn gets a ton more hits before the season is over.
I think this week has taught me one thing, and it's it's really like for myself, really think about things, because you took an unnecessary amount of hate, and I was a part of this hate. And for the most part, listeners are great, but there are certain people out there that want to bring everybody else down. And I was tired of seeing it. And, Chris came with numbers. He came with numbers that made sense. I just think that it's over. We can move on now.
We'll see. I think my numbers made sense. You think all the numbers are meaningless because
I didn't say that.
No, not you.
Oh.
The fans who were upset with me, the fans who've been upset with me all week think my numbers are meaningless because on the day we gave you the numbers, Ryan O'Hearn hit a home run against a left-handed pitcher. So I will say this, and that's it on the subject. Tomorrow night, the Dodgers, for the first time since Monday, the Padres, and the first time since Monday, Padres will be playing against a left-handed starter. Blake Snell is starting tomorrow night. Mike Shildt will not be asking for my advice on the lineup, but I find it interesting. Will he, for the first time, put Ryan O'Hearn in the starting lineup tomorrow night against a lefty?
I wonder how his hand's doing, number one. I know he stayed in the game and he hit again, but he got hit by a pitch.
He did get hit
hand.
by a pitch today. Hopefully that will be not an issue.
But here's one from Trevor. Heartfelt and honest, Chris. Thank you, brother. It's time for us to move on because the Padres have won 3 in a row. Can we just be happy that this team is in an amazing spot right now?
And understand that I love the passion of the fans. And sometimes I try to twist it a little bit to get a little bit more passion from the fans.
Yeah.
But I appreciate this caring, a level of caring. We've done a lot of Padre seasons going into late August where it didn't really matter what we said.
Yeah.
As no one was really paying a whole lot of attention. We were pretty much on a Friday or a Thursday like this, Skraby, we were pretty much doing fantasy football preparation.
That's what I was just about to say. We were going through our divisions in fantasy football.
Yeah, there was no reason to be talking about the Padres and the Dodgers and everything coming up. All right, let's do some notes on a scorecard from today's game because I got some fun ones to take us through. If you're ready.
I'm sorry.
There is an open for this.
Yeah, I was actually listening to your...
But while you're scrambling to find it, I will show everybody that these are my notes on a scorecard the people on YouTube can see. It is a bunch of notes made on my wife's grocery shopping list. And it's been kind of a fun segment this year. So hopefully it will continue to be.
What did Chris like? What does Chris want to clean up? Observations written on a grocery list. Notes on a scorecard starts now.
All right, here we go. Stuff I just jotted down while I was watching the game today. Let's start with the first batter of the game. What's his Lee for San Francisco?
Jung-Ho Lee.
Thank you. Line drive, base hit, center field.
Yeah.
First thing I said, well, we're ahead of Monday or Tuesday's game.
Yep.
So I was okay with it. Remember Monday and Tuesday, they gave up a home run to the leadoff hitter. So, the single didn't bother me.
Can I stop you there real quick?
Sure.
So the Jesse said this many times this week, but the Giants had not hit back-to-back home runs all season long until Sunday.
Right.
So they hit back-to-back home runs on Sunday. They hit back-to-back home runs on Monday.
They did it today.
They did it today. So they've hit 3 out of the last 4 days, 5 days.
But you know what? That's because every Giant hitter is trying to hit a home run. That's all they're trying to do. You can almost see it when they come up to the plate. And by the way, the Padres had not given up back-to-back home runs all year until Monday and then today.
Yep, that's true. Yeah.
But Jung-Ho Lee started it. Padres got the quick double play to get that inning out of the way. Weird to me. Don't know how to couch it 100% to see a Hall of Fame pitcher pitch who's just not even close to that level anymore. I don't know if it's Michael Jordan with the Wizards because Jordan was still pretty good with the Wizards. Willie Mays with the Mets. I had Hank Aaron with the Brewers. I remember when the Giants signed Justin Verlander, a lot of us were like, oh, man, that's not fair. They're going to add him.
Well, was it last year he was up for the Cy Young or the year before?
Yeah, but here's the thing. He's got a lot of no run support. He's got a bad team. He's got a 1-10 record. But the thing that he doesn't have anymore is the ability. He doesn't have the stuff to strike guys out anymore.
He won the Cy Young in 2022.
Yeah, so that's
3 years
ago. I mean, Jordan won an MVP and then went to the Wizards, and it was different.
Oh, he was great with the Wizards.
Verlander, just tough to watch. You know, he hits the corner still. You can see the white part of the plate box light up a lot, but there's not enough on it to strike people out there. Cronenworth fouled away 20 pitches. Manny fouled away. I mean, it's a struggle for Verlander. I didn't feel bad for him because we needed to beat him today.
Yeah.
But it's weird to watch a Hall of Famer who's just not.
You know what's funny is I had that same exact feeling. I didn't know what it was that I was feeling until you said that right there. It's just weird to watch a guy you've known dominate his entire career and then just give up 7 earned runs.
He's pretty
today.
normal, yeah, and that's happened quite a bit to him. He wasn't hit hard today necessarily, but it's just not Verlander anymore. And it happens. What do they say? Age is undefeated.
Father Time is undefeated.
Father Time, thank you. Speaking of foul balls, I don't know if you were aware of this, but Dylan Cease continues to not be able to get guys out either. And this is what we talked about in the last segment. But through 8 batters today, the Giants had hit 16 foul balls. Again, that tells me Dylan Cease isn't quite right. He was getting strikeouts. Now, he had 7 strikeouts today, but he's having to work so much harder for them. And that's why 95 pitches in 5 innings. Here's something that I want you to hear. I pointed this out, wrote this down in the first inning, and I want you to remember this.
Okay.
Verlander retired the first 9 hitters today. If you recall. First 3 innings, got everybody out. I think one of the things that he does that takes some getting used to is he throws fastballs at the top of the zone. He throws balls right at the top of the box there. Not many guys do that, if any. And I wrote, Padres need to adjust to this because Verlander throws a lot of high strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that in mind.
Okay.
On we went.
I will.
And then the disastrous 3rd inning, which I think we've already gone through. I do want to say one thing about the fly ball that landed between Tatis and Laureano. You may not like this out there.
Uh-oh.
But where did Luis Matos, who hit the ball, wind up at the end of that play?
Where did Luis Matos
He hit the fly ball. Where did he end up? When that ball bounced in between those two guys.
Was it third?
Out. He was at 3rd base. Should I say this?
No.
Where would Manny have been? Would he have made would he have made 2nd base?
Oh, why are we going there?
I'm not trying to pick on him. I'm saying that I want guys to hustle and run the ball out all the time. And that's what Matos did, and that's why he was on 3rd.
I think that in this case, Matos was called up from the Sacramento River Cats this morning. He has a little bit more to play for.
Okay.
I get what you're saying, but
I don't think you do.
I did not think once about that.
I don't think you do. That's what I think about. I see a lot of the Padre players and a lot of the, veteran players around baseball hit fly balls like that and jog as slowly as they can to first base because they know they're going to be out. But guess what? They're not always out. That is my old man on a lawn speech for the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Padres were down 2-0 because basically they gave them 2 runs.
Yes.
Good news. Padres have now won 20 games this year when trailing by 2 or more runs, tied for the most in baseball. That's impressive.
That is impressive.
Willie Adames, although he ended up hitting a home run finally, and I think he's got 20, he is another disastrous free agent signing for the Giants.
He has been.
It doesn't always work out. 4th inning note, Casey Schmidt singled with 2 outs. He's not a stolen base guy, but that is a situation where I think a lot of teams, you would try to steal to get in scoring position for a 2-out single. Teams aren't even thinking about it against Freddie Fermin. It is something to keep in your mind. I know the Dodgers stole a couple last weekend, but since he's been here, the teams have stopped even trying to run on him. And that's a big weapon. You know why?
Why?
Because it keeps guys at first base, and it leads to 3 double play groundouts during the course of the game.
It's Freddie Fermin has a 1.89 pop time, which is 92nd percentile in the league. I can just tell a difference, can't you?
Yes, he gets rid of it, and it's on target. We talked about the Padres rally with the bunt in the 5th inning. But the big play of the game, the one that broke it open, was the one you played at the beginning of the show. 1 out, 2-run single by Manny. Do you know where the pitch was?
I was at the game, so I didn't see it.
It was an 0-2 fastball at the top of the zone. Go back to what I said. You got to adjust. You got to see what's going on. You got to be, alert. I think Manny knew that pitch was coming because that's what Verlander had already thrown. And he always throws that. Manny whacked it into left center. To me, it was game over. By the way, congrats to Laureano, who had 2 singles in that inning. He singled to start the inning, and he singled in the last run to make it 8-2. I don't like Devers as a player.
Why are you taking shots at Devers?
Well, because I just am. I don't care for his game. But the home run he hit today took my breath away.
It was a beast.
I think we will find that ball tomorrow underneath our seats at the far corner.
It could be.
Where we're broadcasting across the street.
It definitely could be.
They said 435 feet. Did they just guess?
No,
is there really some accuracy there?
Yeah, well,
because that ball seemed like it was hit 635 feet.
There are some home runs that say they hit it 430 and it looks like 390, and then sometimes it's the other way around.
All right, my final note on the scorecard today. Wanted to get to the top of the hour on time. Mason Miller came into the game to face Wilmer Flores in the 8th inning. And you know that Mason Miller throws 104 miles an hour. He threw him slider. Wilmer Flores couldn't have hit those pitches with a tennis racket. It is so unfair.
It is unfair.
When Mason Miller steps up there and throws a slider. It's a nice weapon. And it's a nice weapon to have for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yes. You know what I say when I say, like, I want to stand in the box and see if I can throw my bat out there? That's the one guy I don't want to stand in against.
If he threw you a slider, you would dive into the third base dugout.
I would fall over trying to hit that thing.
We all would. All right, Skraby's hour is coming up next, but I'll stick around with him. It's Gwynn and Chris after an 8-4 Padre win today over the Giants. Actually, Skraby, I'm going to give it over to him here because this is normally his time for the Skrabinators. And what do we call this portion of the
Skrello.
week? Skrello. Yeah, not my favorite, but
What did you want?
I don't know what I want, but I don't like Skrello too much. It's about as good as Chrome.
Okay, what happened to your voice?
I don't know. You got me on that. The happy hour as well. It's brought to you by GL Pool, swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball season's in full swing. So is swim season. Called GL Pools. Mention radio for a free month of pool service. Skraby's over trying to fix my microphone or my camera. It's been acting up today. Speaking of acting up, we lied, not intentionally, but
Not
we
intentionally.
did. We said we're going to give you a chance to win Padre Dodger tickets before the top of the hour. I guess we meant before the next top of the hour.
Yeah, we didn't specify which
we
hour.
didn't specify. Yeah, but we forgot. So
I usually
sorry about that. We will give you a chance to win the tickets. We appreciate you sticking with us a little longer. Those of you who want to win the tickets,
I
will
usually
do
do
it soon.
a sticky on the
Yeah.
screen in front of me, and I thought last segment, I'll never forget.
I
these
won't
tickets.
forget these tickets. Yeah, I totally forgot
tickets.
them. One NFL note or two, maybe I'm going to pass it back to you, Skrabe. In New York tonight, or actually, I guess it's New Jersey. This happened with a couple of minutes into the first quarter. Jackson Dart, touchdown pass for the New York Giants, 7-yard TD pass. And as soon as that happened, I just got word the Hall of Fame called, and Jackson Dart is going to be going in ahead of Eli Manning and ahead of everybody else who's ever played for the Giants. The reaction to this guy's play has been off the charts. I don't know if you've been paying attention in the preseason, but apparently Jackson Dart is going to be the next big thing based on what he's done in the preseason. The other one that stood out to me was the reaction from the Bears fans last week when Caleb Williams beat the Bills 38-0, except there wasn't a single first or second team Buffalo player in the game. Of course, Caleb Williams should tear those guys up.
Yes.
If he didn't, that would be worth mentioning.
Definitely.
It doesn't mean that Caleb Williams hasn't improved and won't have a good year. It also doesn't mean that Jackson Dart won't be a Hall of Famer someday. But he's not now, just because he threw a touchdown in the preseason.
Let me
or two of them even.
Let me do a little psychology thing.
Yeah.
What is it about the reactionary people of this sports age versus older sports ages that bother you?
Well, because we have way more access. Oh, what bothers me?
Yeah, why? Because
we didn't have access to Jackson Dart throwing this touchdown. Like, I didn't see it in the paper till tomorrow, and by that time, nobody cared.
Yeah, exactly. So
But
it's more of because of its immediate reaction.
Right, it's on Twitter tonight. There's pictures of Jackson Dart and, like, Hall of Fame stuff because he, threw the touchdown. This is just what people now do because they want, us to look at it. That's it's all.
I think it's kind of annoying too. I will say it's annoying when they crown someone before they've even done anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I'm trying
something.
to think of a comparison that we've talked about on the show before, but I can't think of it
you
right
can
now.
find, for every, preseason star that has never mounted to anything, there's a few preseason stars that have amounted to something. You don't know, honestly, who they will be. Pittsburgh leads Carolina 13-10 in the other preseason game. I've not heard of any of the players playing for either team. So I don't know. What do these teams do? Cut like 35 people between now and the start of the season?
Yeah, they changed their roster stuff. They can have all these guys on their team until like one date, and then they have to cut everyone, which kind of makes it less dramatic for Hard Knocks because Hard Knocks was all about those things.
Yeah.
Where the guys come in and after like the first preseason game and you see them getting cut, now it's all like at the end.
At the end, they just pile them all into one thing and send them on their way.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Skraby,
yes.
Padres over the Giants today, 8-4. I think I've had my say on the game. What kinds of things did you notice today? If you were sitting there doing the Chronicles, what would be
I would talk about actually the defensive miscues. Was it the third inning? I'm always really bad at which
it was
inning
top of the
happened.
third inning. Yeah, third inning.
I would talk about that because, as you said, as everybody thinks, like we're getting to the end of the year. Can't be doing that. And I understand that there's probably some communication issue between Fernando and Ramon Laureano. They haven't played in the same outfield really on the
Not
same
next
side
to each other.
And so I think that has to be cleaned up. But it seems like lately, whenever they have some miscues, they compound the miscues with like 3 more miscues. And I'm not sure what that is, because we've been seeing them play pretty clean baseball all season long and smart baseball. Maybe it's just one of those things and it will work itself out. But those are the things that I would focus on, because they can't do that the rest of the season. They have to be playing good baseball the rest of the year.
You're going to need that to beat the Dodgers, to beat the Phillies, to beat the Mets or the Cubs, whoever it is, the Brewers. You're going to have to play clean. You're going to make an error here and there. But you're right, Skrabe. Error in communication like that on a simple fly ball, that can't happen. A ground ball that you kick, that can happen, because that happens.
Yeah.
But you can't let a fly ball fall in for 3 bases like that. And, Fernando's the Platinum Glove Award winner. And when he jogs over to the line on a line drive, he can't have the ball check up and bounce behind him and go for a double.
That was strange, too.
Fernando's too good. I mean, that was a catcher running on that, and he got a double because Fernando overran the ball. Let's also point out that his catch last night was off the charts. There isn't another player in baseball who could do that.
Yeah.
But, we did the thing. Now, Cronenworth, his bobble, to me, that's a normal error. It just happened right after the other 2.
It did.
So it was a bit of a haywire inning. But
I think also I'm not as worried about Dylan Cease as you. And I understand what you're saying, that he's taken him more pitches to strike guys out. But and I know we reference analytics sparingly on this show, but his whiff percentage is he's in the 95th percentile of whiff percentage.
What does that mean?
Meaning swing and miss. And
swing and miss, really?
And his K percent is 90th percentile, meaning, and he also per 9 innings is like the second pitcher in baseball with 11 strikeouts average per 9 innings.
He's also second, though, in most pitches thrown. So what does that mean?
I don't know what this means.
To me, it means that there's a lot of foul balls. That's what I saw today.
And we've also seen this thing where he could start out first 3 innings great, 4th and 5th inning, he's awful. And I don't know what it is, but I don't necessarily right now. I need to see Dylan Cease put together 3 or 4 really good starts for me to be able to consider him for a wild card or NLDS starting.
Well, he's not going to play there's no way Cease is going to pitch in the wild card.
No, because you only need 3. You only need
3 guys. And I'm assuming Michael King is going to be at least healthy enough by then. So let's keep our fingers crossed there. But it's going to be King. It's going to be Pivetta, and it's going to be Darvish. And Cease is not there. He's not part of that. Now, when you get to the division series, best of 5, see how it all works out. Hopefully they're going to beat the Dodgers and not have to play the wild card. But if you get to the division series, you may use Cease in a game 4. But I wouldn't feel too comfortable about it. Not the way he's pitched this year.
No.
And, that's baseball, man. You got to go with who you think can get the job done. And Cease it didn't do anything to make me feel better today.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
That's the only thing that I'll say. Now, the home runs are probably what you're going to maybe remember. Like Devers hit the ball 900 feet, but a 3-2 pitch there with, a 6-run lead, you should throw it right down the middle kind of and hope he gets out. That's actually smart pitching. Devers just annihilated that pitch. And then Adames, the next batter, homered. But again, he homered after like 4 or 5 foul balls. And finally, Cease gave him one that he could, handle. So that worries me with Cease. He's not putting the hitters away the way he kind of, did last year when he was, and the 1 year in Chicago when he was second in the Cy Young balloting. Cease is like filthy. He wipes people right out. But I'm not seeing that this year. I am seeing it for Adrian Morejon, who comes in again and just, wipes people away. I want to say one thing about Adrian Morejon. It's probably not going to be a thing. But in the back of my mind, he's not a great fielder.
No, he's not.
And
we've seen it a few times this year.
Today, the ball bounced right out of his glove. He rolled over here. He was able to get Devers, probably because Devers was jogging to first base. But I don't know if anybody's going to bunt on him in the playoffs to test him, but he doesn't look comfortable when the ball is hit back toward him.
I'll agree with that.
And I just hope that doesn't happen at a really important moment, because he's going to be pitching in important moments. I don't know what they, work on it. I don't know. He looks a little shaky there.
He should. I'm not a baseball coach, but he should work on it.
I would hit him. I would honestly stand him on the mound, and I would have him throw a fake pitch. As we used to do this exercise. I'm sure they do it all now, but you just throw a fake pitch, you wind up, you follow through, and then the fungo, coach bounces a ball back to you at the mound.
Yeah. And
you just practice comebackers for like a while.
We see it all the time in spring training.
Until you get more comfortable, because he doesn't look comfortable on those.
No, and a good playoff team will exploit that. They will try to bunt at least once.
Somebody should try to bunt on him.
At least once.
I would.
I would too.
I would tell him, hey, you make a couple plays. You show me you can do it. Same way the Dodgers said to Will Smith, or the Padres said to Will Smith last weekend. Show us you can throw somebody out.
Yeah.
Well, he did. So now they have to, think of something else. But yeah, you always try to take advantage. By the way, Blake Snell was like one of the worst at holding runners in baseball. That was another reason why they tried to steal. Yeah. But Will Smith spoiled the strategy. All right, we got a second to give away these tickets, or try to. Here's what we do. I give you the phone number, 833-288-0973. You start calling now, and that's not going to work for you, because Skraby will hang up on everybody who calls early. What you need to do is hear the question and then call in. Hopefully you'll get through. Skraby will go to you. He will say, what's the answer?
Yep.
He doesn't want to hear, what was the question again? Doesn't want to hear that. He wants to hear your answer. If you get the answer right, you get tickets to see the Dodgers, Padres, Saturday night. So here we go. Who am I?
Chris Ello.
Yeah, that's right. First caller. Who am I? I pitched.
The Ryan O'Hearn fan club president.
No. Well, maybe. I'm at least a vice president.
Okay.
I pitched an 8-hitter complete game to clinch the Dodgers' first World Series championship.
Oh, gosh. When was that?
I pitched a complete game, 8-hit shutout to finish off the Dodgers' first ever World Championship. I went on to win 148 games in my career. I finished my career, believe it or not, with the Padres. And I won 5 games for them with a 4.31 ERA in my final season.
Oh, my gosh.
I pitched the Dodgers to their first World Series championship. I finished my career as a Padre. And believe it or not, that last sentence is a clue to my identity. First person calls in with the correct answer.
Got no idea.
833-288-0973. And again, when Skraby goes to you, if you're lucky enough to get through, he's going to say, what's the answer? You got to nail it. And then you may be going to the Dodgers-Padres game Saturday night. More Gwynn and Chris ahead.
From the
I'll tell you one thing. Kyle called in, and Skraby is impressed, Kyle. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris, 6:22 the time. Bonus hour. Padres over the Giants today, 8-4. We asked the trivia question for the Dodger-Padre tickets for Saturday night. And before we went to the phones, Skraby goes, well, what's the answer? And I told him. And he goes, no way. That can't be the guy's name. I said, yeah, that's his name.
I thought you were pulling the chain.
I know. This guy started his career with the Dodgers, won the World Series MVP in 1955, shut out the Yankees in the final game to give Brooklyn its only championship. And ironically, this guy, left-hander, would finish his career with the Padres in 1969, and his last name was Padres.
That is crazy.
Johnny Padres. It's spelled differently, Podres for his name, Johnny Padres. But he was the guy and the answer to this question, and Kyle got it, so good for you, Kyle. Furthermore on Johnny Padres, and then we'll get off of this, but did you know, Scrabe, and I don't know, excuse me, I don't know why I'm losing my voice again. Did you know that the Padres franchise won its first 3 games? Did you know that? Their first game, they beat the Houston Astros 2-1.
I did know that, actually.
Okay, pitcher's name was Dick Selma. Pitched a complete game and struck out 12. Pretty good start.
That is a good start.
A guy named Ed Spezio homered to help the Padres win 2-1. The second game in franchise history, the Padres beat the Astros 2-0. In that game, Johnny Padres pitched 7 innings of shutout ball to get the win. So he got the second win in Padres history.
That's pretty
Johnny
good.
Padres, of all people.
That's pretty good. I mean, Johnny Padres.
Strange, right?
You can't get a better name than Johnny Padres. That's pretty good.
Well, I will say, if we were doing the show in Brooklyn, believe me, everybody knows Johnny Padres because he had one of the greatest moments in the history of that borough.
Do we still, and the chat can help us with this,
Okay.
but do we hate the Brooklyn Dodgers or do we just hate the LA Dodgers? I just hate the LA Dodgers. I wasn't around.
The Brooklyn
for the
Dodgers
Brooklyn
were
Dodgers.
even before my life.
No.
So, yes, they were. They moved to LA in 1958. That is before I was even born, Scrabe.
Wow.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Dodgers is a long time ago now.
I think
so. Yeah, I don't have any recollection of any knowledge of the Brooklyn Dodgers other than to go back through, some of the highlight reels and things of that nature.
Gonzo says, go back to Brooklyn. Isaac says, just LA. Mont the Padre says, just LA. Okay, good. We're on the same page. I thought it was just LA.
Don't see a whole lot of reason to hate the Brooklyn Dodgers. I mean, the Padres didn't even exist then.
That is true. That
right?
is
The
very
Brooklyn
true.
Dodgers competed until 1957 and then became the LA Dodgers in 58. Padres didn't come in for another 11 years after that.
That's true.
So, yeah, there's no reason for us to hate the Brooklyn Dodgers.
We're not going to hate the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Jackie Robinson was a Brooklyn Dodger.
That is true, and I think
Can't
we
hate them.
need to be okay with that.
All right, Johnny Padres, the answer. Good on Kyle. He gets to go Saturday night to see the Padres take on the Dodgers. I don't know, I don't think there was ever a major league pitcher named Dodgers. But apparently,
I'm going to look up Johnny Dodger.
As we just discovered, there was a major league pitcher named Padres. Interesting.
Yeah, that is very interesting. Right. I will say that. All right. I'm trying to figure out. Let me just read what's going on at Far Corner tomorrow. On the other side, I'm going to break down the TV situation with MLB.
This is a big deal. What happened today in Major League Baseball, and I wonder how it's going to affect me personally. I mean, I know I'm supposed to care how it affects all of you out there.
Yeah.
But I don't. I care how it's going to affect me personally.
Because you are worried about your games.
I am. I'm very worried about being able to enjoy Padre baseball the same way I do now.
And I'll tell you on the other side. But if you come and visit us at Far Corner tomorrow, 10th and J Street, 410 10th Avenue, you will be able to win a Joe Musgrove signed baseball, a Xander Bogaerts bobblehead, also tickets to Sunday's game. But you will get scratch-made pizza, next-level cocktails, and unbeatable game day specials. Chris, if I was still drinking, I would be going to Far Corner because they have $4 beers, $6 wells, $6 house wine starting at 2 p.m. So from our show on, they have these, and it's, again, on 10th and J. We'll be there starting at 2 p.m. Please come down and say hi before you go into the stadium. I promise we are very nice people, and you will love us.
And among other things, we'll be giving away tickets to the Sunday.
Yeah.
Johnny Padres versus Dodgers game.
Yes, Johnny Padres. Yes.
Johnny Padres.
Yes.
Versus the Dodgers Sunday. We'll have the tickets tomorrow at Far Corner.
And we're scheduled to have Jeremiah Estrada on the show today. Or tomorrow.
Good.
So,
Jeremiah was in there today.
He was.
Throwing a little heat.
Yes, he was.
All right.
All right, when we get back, we'll break down that TV situation. I also haven't decided if I'm going to talk about those kids that ran on the field again because I have some new information.
You have some stuff on these kids, but do you want to give them any more time in the limelight?
That's what I'm trying to decide.
Right. Yeah.
And I just did, so.
Okay. Well, we'll see what you decided when we come back.
The biggest guests.
9:05. Going to find out soon whether or not Skraby is going to give any more attention to those hooligans who ran on the field the other night. Padres beat the Giants 8-4 today. Dodgers beat the Rocks 9-5. How about the second, though, to thank the Rockies?
Thank you, Rockies.
They got 2 of the 4. I mean, that's 2 more than anybody thought they'd get.
Yeah.
And because of that, the Padres are only 1 game back now in the division. As we go to the big series tomorrow night, Blake Snell back on the mound here. Did you hear a really nice story about Blake Snell? When he saw Ruben Niebla last week up in L.A.,
okay,
presented him with a Rolex watch.
Blake Snell did.
Blake Snell presented it to Ruben Niebla, and the engraving on it said, Ruben Niebla, 2023 NL Cy Young.
That's awesome. That's
Very
great.
nice of Blake Snell.
Yeah. I
Which
like it
doesn't surprise me because we liked Blake Snell a lot here, and I think we kind of miss him, but we have to root against him for the time being.
Yeah, when he put on that Dodger uniform,
A little tough.
It's a little tough, but I like when people remember the people who get them to where they want to go.
Very nice,
So that is very nice.
of Blake Snell. He'll pitch tomorrow night here against Darvish.
Now, question about the watch: do you ever wear that?
Oh,
I don't think you do. No, I know. I'm not saying you. I usually have a digital watch, but do you ever put that watch on?
Would you wear a Rolex anywhere?
I think I would probably wear it to like a nice dinner or something.
Yeah. I think you could. And you make sure you got a sport coat on so it's covering most of it.
Yeah.
I don't know that you wear it with your tank top out to the
walking the dogs or something.
Yeah, or out to the park to pick up hoops.
Yeah, I don't think you should do that either. But that was really nice. I did not see that.
Nice move by Blake Snell. He's not the only player who does stuff like that, by the way. We don't hear enough about those kinds of things.
It's funny, we don't report on things like that, but we report on everything else.
Yes, we do.
All right. MLB and ESPN, they have an agreement in place, but it's not official yet. So this is all, I guess, rumored but not confirmed, but it seems like it's going to happen. So ESPN debuted its direct-to-consumer product today that costs $29.99 per month, does not require a cable, satellite, or YouTube TV type subscription, but they are also now going to take over MLB.TV. So what that means is ESPN's going to offer MLB TV through their new direct-to-consumer service.
I'm confused, honestly, but I'm just gonna listen to this and kind of wait back to see how it turns out.
Yeah, I
like, do I have to have? If I have cable now, is there going to be no games on cable now? They're only going to be through the ESPN service, or will ESPN have channels on my cable where I can watch baseball?
According to The Athletic, it is not fully, this is quote, it is not fully clear yet if out-of-market subscribers who pay for the package, which is us through cable or other linear subscription, would still be able to receive MLB.TV that way. So maybe they're working on it, Chris, where you could keep it on your service and that you could just go to your channel. But it seems to me like ESPN wants everybody.
They want control of everything.
Platform.
And I got to look, first of all, I'm an ESPN guy. You know that. I get a lot of my sports from ESPN. But, right now, Padres baseball, in my mind, is free. I get that I pay a fee for my cable package, but I don't necessarily play individually for that one Padre TV channel.
I see what you're saying. It's like an NFL network,
it's part
MLB
of a bunch
network
of stuff.
type of package.
I pay some extra money for all that. But to me, the Padre games are kind of there. I feel like they're free, accessible every day, every night. I set my VCR, I watch the game later. Even today, I don't start watching the game today until there was like 5 innings played, and then I catch up. That's just what I do.
That's gonna. I think it might change for you.
I think it's going to change because if they're gonna only do it on streaming, and I got to pay $60 a year now just to have the Padre games. I'm going to be upset with that. My wife's not going to be happy. And if I do get it, am I going to sit there for 3.5 hours every night and watch a game? I don't know. I really don't have that much time.
Yes, you do. Sorry to out you.
All right.
You have enough time to watch a game, and games
But
are
I
3.5
don't really want
hours
to
anymore.
commit. Okay.
I get what you're saying. You personally do not want to commit 3 hours a day to
No.
baseball, and some people are like that for sure. What I think is unfair, and by the way, ESPN's out on Sunday Night Baseball. Apple and NBC are going to be bidding on that for Sunday Night Baseball.
And you know, I don't watch any game on Prime. I don't watch any game on Apple.
I don't either.
And I don't watch any game on Roku or whatever other service you've got.
Yes.
I refuse. And so I'm going to have to make the call, I guess, because I want to watch the Padres. I love this. It's part of my, daily thing.
Do you know who's going to take over the home run derby?
I'm okay with this, but no.
Netflix, which I think will
Netflix?
kill the home run derby, because I stole this off of a guy on Twitter, but he said, I like to flip around during the home run derby. There is no way you're going to get me to sit there and watch 3 hours of home run derby if I can't flip around.
Yeah, well,
because that's what Netflix is doing.
The fact that you can't flip channels when you watch streaming is the one thing that we all seem to agree with. The other part for me is the inability to fast forward and search and find stuff as quickly and cleanly as you can when you watch cable. That's the thing for me. But anyway, and I know, here's one thing I know you don't like. You don't like the fact that ESPN is doing this in the sense that
I think this is Major League Baseball.
What's that?
I blame Major League Baseball.
Okay, but you don't like the fact that ESPN is now pretty much going to be in control of everything, right? They got football now.
Yes.
Right? So we already talked about how is ESPN really going to report negativity in the NFL anymore?
There were some questions as to whether or not the Colin Kaepernick documentary was canceled because
it was canceled by ESPN,
and they
after
say
they got the
NFL
a year
package. Ago. Yeah, okay.
I don't buy that.
I don't buy that either.
All right, so we're not going to get real reporting on football. We're not getting it on basketball because that's on ESPN. Hockey's on ESPN. Tennis is on the
only reason I like this
is
if we get everything in one spot, we're paying one bill for one spot. I went through my subscriptions last weekend. I definitely had subscriptions I wasn't using anymore, and I had to go and cancel them. I want everything in one place. What I do think is unfair about this is that if you are a Padres fan and you don't want to pay the $30 for an ESPN app, I think you're going to have to pay the $30 plus the MLB TV subscription each year for the access to it. I don't think that's right. If you're going to be paying $30 to get the app, you should be able to get your team. And they're going to lose viewers. They're going to, in the short term, they're going to drive away some people. And this is not, to me, how you grow the game. Now, as we said this morning on the roundtable, if the Padres stand to get some money from this and it helps them, then okay, maybe I can take that.
Are you really worried about the pocketbooks of the
everybody
Major
tells
League
me that it's a huge
teams?
deal that the Padres don't have a TV deal. They seem like they're spending a lot of money anyway.
They have so much money.
I know.
I'm not trying to out the Padres or the Dodgers or the Rockies or the anybody. But if you own a major sports team, you have plenty of money. I'm not worried about, them lining your pockets with even more of it. Unless, and here's a pipe dream, unless you make more money through TV, so you're able to lower the ticket prices and parking and concessions because you're making enough money elsewhere.
That's not going to happen.
Of course it's not going to happen. So why should I be sitting here rooting for you to make more?
Because I'm not going to be. They can put a good product on the field.
They're already putting a good product on the field of what they make now. And, this is all sports teams. This is not picking on the local club. They make plenty of money. I don't need to root for them to make more unless I'm going to see some of the savings, and I'm not going to.
394 fan 619. That was a lot of numbers. Bad for baseball. I think the Padres are getting a lot more money than anybody realizes, and ESPN. Is it going to offer them enough to make this worthwhile? That's what I'm hoping. I hope so too. You know what? If I'm going to pay for this MLB TV thing, I want to watch all the games. I want to watch every single game. Don't make me pay for my team and then only my team.
Isn't that the way MLB app is now? You can watch all the games except Padre games.
Correct. Unless you have the subscription, the in-market subscription through it has become so confusing because Bally's, I blame Bally's for this, really.
No, it was a mess, yeah.
Because they decided to take over a bunch of TV stations that they already didn't have the money for, and then they ended up going bankrupt, and so then it threw everything into flux. But this thing is going to definitely grow from here, and we're going to get more information, but I don't know how many people are going to like this. And you know what? It goes back to what we said last week. If we keep paying it, they're going to keep charging it.
Oh, we'll keep paying it.
I know.
I'll complain all day long, but I got to watch the Padre games, right?
Yes.
And frankly, if that's all it is, $30 for a whole season?
No, $30 just for the app per month.
Oh.
You're like, oh, ooh. All right, I'm going to bring up this kid on the field. Now, there was an Instagram post earlier today that I was sent, but it was deleted. I'm not going to give any identifying features like names or where this is from. I'm just going to play an edited version of the video that this kid put up.
Well, explain the story here. These kids ran on the field the other night. They were grade school, middle school age kids.
I would say 12.
12, I don't know how old, but they were not, to me, they were not acting on their own accord.
I don't know.
Well, then their parents are, not doing a hell of a job keeping tabs on them if they just like busted loose and ran on the field. I don't know. We don't know, but we do know that hardly any of us have ever seen middle school kids running on the field. We've seen crazy, basically drunk idiot people run out on the field. Go,
never a kid.
Okay. But we've never really seen a kid do it. And we saw 2 of them the other night. But now the question is becoming, was this kind of planned? Was there something behind this all the way? Because if there was, it makes me really even angrier. But go ahead. Tell us what you got.
All right. So this is the thing. And again, they deleted this. So I think whatever happened after they posted this, when people were very upset with the message that is being shared in this video, here is the video that was on Instagram earlier.
This was one of the kids. Okay.
Yes.
I was the Padre fan who ran on the field last night in our win over the San Francisco Giants. I just want to say, live your life, chase your dreams, take stupid bets. Thank you, Tatis, for linking at me. I saw you. I know you didn't want to get in trouble. Yeah, it was definitely worth it and fun.
Okay. My major issue with this, Chris, is that this is being celebrated by this kid, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to be careful because obviously this person is under 18. Again, I don't want anything bad to come towards this person, but that's the mindset that scares me a little bit about the future of things. Because if this kid is telling everybody at school, hey, I ran on the field, it was amazing, Fernando winked at me.
Yeah.
How many more kids are we going to get jumping on the field? Like, I think that there's a major issue here, and this should not be celebrated. This should be something that is a learning opportunity.
I don't know how we're going to get it all to change and figure it all out. I know that there's people at concerts now. I've seen it all the time. I see it on my news TMZ stuff. Okay. They get seats up near the front and they throw crap at the singer.
What?
During the concert.
What is with people?
Seen this all the time. Now, I'm wondering, are they doing this so the TMZ will show the video and then they'll get dragged out and then they'll go back and they'll make their video and they'll be celebrated for doing that? Everybody wants their 3 minutes of fame. People apparently are willing to put up with whatever the punishment is so that they can get the fame on the other side. The only answer to it is either, what do you mean, to lock the kid away for 12 years? You can't do that.
No.
So the second thing to do is just to not care.
You gotta care.
But it is, like when I was watching on TV the other night, the replay after when I got home, they didn't show it. They don't ever show people running on the field. That was a decision that sports made many years ago.
Yeah.
Hasn't really deterred anybody from doing it, or maybe it has. I don't know. This is a hang with them for all of us. I mean, I wish, and I want to take the kids' parents and I want to fine them for just doing such a horrible job with their children that your children think this is the way to do this.
Let's be fair. Maybe the parents didn't know this video went up. Maybe the parents, I until we hear from the parents, I can't. I'm going to sound
like an old fart here, Skrabe. Sorry, but my parents taught me well enough to know that I shouldn't be running on a baseball field.
Oh, mine too.
And I would hope that everyone's parents would have taught them well enough so that is not a possibility. And if the parents didn't do it, that's why I'm coming after them.
Do you realize how hurt this kid actually could have gotten? Because he's running around a Major League Baseball player. These security guards are trying to catch him. What if he falls and he hurts his neck or something like that? I mean, it's on the kid because he jumped on the field, but there are so many different problems with this that I just can't get behind this video at all. And I think that's why they deleted it, because an adult would be arrested for this, but apparently it looks like nothing happened to this kid other than he gets to put up a video and be proud that he ran on the field. But if you're a kid out there, please listen to Uncle Chris and Uncle Skraby. Do not.
I don't think we need to even
tell
them. I don't think we need to say anything because 99% of people have a clue. But the 1% are getting way too much attention. And here we go. You're going to say out there, well, then you guys should stop talking about it. We're only talking about it because we're trying to figure out a way
to not have this happen,
to not keep having this happen. This isn't trying to give anybody any attention.
No. If I wanted to give him attention.
Although if the kid was listening to our show right now, he might be puffing his chest out going, hey, they're talking about me. There's so many things wrong with it. You're right. I'm not sure how to react.
Public pressure sometimes is something that makes people change their minds. So I don't know if this kid is getting praise or whatever at school, but I hope that he's not getting praise.
Can I throw one more thing in?
Yes.
This happened as I was walking to my car the other night. Okay. I saw the first 7 innings of the game. Game was kind of in hand. Got to beat traffic, the whole thing, right? I'm walking, from the stadium out to the tailgate parking lot. As I walked into the tailgate parking lot, I heard the loudest cheers I've heard all night. I heard it out there. I wasn't in the stadium. I thought somebody must have hit a grand slam. Fernando made something happened. And I was like, I can't wait to go home and watch the last 2 innings. I want to see what happened.
Nothing.
The cheers were followed by the loudest booing of the night. Now, I assumed the cheering was for the kids running out, and I assumed the booing was for the security tackling the kids and dragging them away. Maybe it's on all of us to stop cheering when this happens.
I wouldn't cheer. I would be annoyed that the game is being delayed because someone's on the field.
I'm not kidding you, Skraby. I heard a cheer walking into the parking lot that I thought grand slam. At least.
Captain DJ says, are we sure it's not a TikTok thing? It could be a TikTok thing.
Yeah, that's another one.
I saw it on Instagram, his whatever I just played, his gloating.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's annoying, but let's do this, Chris, real quick.
What's annoying Skraby today? Let's find out. It's time for the Daily Gripe.
All right. Completely different section of the world in this Daily Gripe. But, Chris, are you a fan of people who...
What is that sound music? Did you play like a weird sound behind your gripe there?
Yeah, it's my bed.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you for critiquing the music. Last night, I was coming home. It was about 8:30-ish, and I get stopped at a red light because someone needed to cross the street, Chris.
Okay.
There were no cars happening. So this person waited until they saw me hit the crosswalk button, and then I had to sit there for 3 minutes as everything cycled around. My daily gripe is this.
Wait, what? Okay.
Okay, when you hit the crosswalk button, it put my light red, so this person could walk across. This is an extremely long crosswalk. So
you were driving.
Yes.
So you had to wait because the
person hit the thing. And then they're long gone. They're like a mile and a half up the road by the time I can get there.
Hasn't changed yet.
My daily gripe is this. If you see a car coming and you haven't hit the button yet, wait a little bit to hit the button. Because there was only one car, and it was me. And I'm not just going to run a red light.
Why not? Everybody else does.
Because I'm the guy who gets pulled over for running the red light when no one's around. Anyway. All right.
The next time somebody, a pedestrian or driver, does something for another driver or pedestrian, it might be the first time. And that is in all areas, unfortunately.
Yeah, I just don't like – sometimes I just don't like pedestrians. That's what it is.
The Johnny Padres beat the Giants 8-4 today. We are wrapping up our day together here on Gwynn and Chris. The victory keeps the Padres one game back of the Dodgers. And now, here come the Dodgers.
I thought you were going to say, here comes Johnny.
Don't forget, we'll be at the far corner tomorrow. Is this the out music, or do you have different music?
This is out.
Okay.
We got 20,
so we got to go.
20 seconds.
We got to go. We'll see you at the far corner tomorrow for the live broadcast across from Petco. Skraby, be careful driving home. Watch out for pedestrians pushing the button.
I'm just going to drive through it next time. See you tomorrow, everybody.